I'm Benthelooney. Did you read the fine print? Looney Tunes! Yeah, if my name doesn't give it away already, I am a huge Looney Tunes fan. They've been a huge influence on my life, and they've only gotten better with age. Not just to me, they're legendary characters worldwide. Probably only second in cultural impact behind Disney's Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. They are characters that have stood the test of time and are still entertaining to this day. That being said, how come it's so hard for people to adapt them to modern society? When they're not playing basketball with Michael Jordan, they're superheroes, babies, or most insulting of all, sitcom stars. You'd think characters so burned in pop culture would be so easy to bring back, but Warner Brothers is too concerned with making them hip for a new generation that they end up ruining what made the classics so great. However, there is one modern Looney Tunes product that tried to match the feel of the original Looney Tunes. The keyword being tried. This is Looney Tunes back in action. Here is a movie that looked like it was going to bring the Looney Tunes back to theaters in a big way. It had longtime Looney Tunes fan Joe Dante as the director, Eric Goldberg doing the animation, and it looked like it was going to be the Looney Tunes back to their cartoony roots. Not playing basketball! What went wrong? Well, let's take a look. So this movie starts out promising, showing an animated recreation of the classic Bugs, Daffy, and Elmer cartoons. But it turns out it's just a table read, as Daffy is fed up with being Bugs Bunny's fall guy. It's at this meeting that we meet Kate Houghton, played by Jenna Elfman, who's the comedic consultant to the Looney Tunes. Wait, what? Yeah, apparently the Looney Tunes need a comedy consultant in order to stay funny. Right. And I'm sure Leonardo da Vinci needed an inventing consultant. So it turns out Daffy doesn't have a big fan base like Bugs does, so he's fired from the studio. Instead we meet DJ, a wannabe stuntman, played by the guy who you were used to seeing in movies, but now you don't see him anymore, Brendan Fraser, who's trying hard to make it big. Like his father, action star Damian Drake, played by Timothy Dalton. And here's where the main problem with this movie lies. It starts out actually looking like it's going to be a Looney Tunes movie, but then it's quick to already start implying that the two main actors are going to get together. Yep, it's Space Jam syndrome. Space Jam was a Michael Jordan biography that just happened to feature the Looney Tunes, and now this is a romantic comedy starring Brendan Fraser and Jenna Elfman that just happens to feature the Looney Tunes. Wow, they put the Looney Tunes in the title of the movie, and even they play second banana to B-list celebrities. I mean, just look at this poster. Brendan and Jenna are the biggest things on it. Great marketing, Warner Brothers! So, Daffy ends up escaping, and a chase between him and DJ proceeds, which ends up in DJ losing his job. So DJ goes back home with Daffy hitching a ride, and it turns out Damien is actually a secret agent. So now DJ goes on a quest to save his dad from, get this, the evil Acme Corporation, run by Steve Martin, who I have to admit is the only actor in this movie other than the voice actors who's actually trying. He's after a diamond called the Blue Monkey, which he wants to turn people into monkeys, force them to make Acme products, and then change them back into people to buy the stuff. Is this a Looney Tunes movie or a Rocky and Bullwinkle episode? Hi, Ron Perlman. So it turns out Bugs actually needs Daffy to be funny, so Kate has to get Daffy back to Warner Brothers, or she's fired. She goes to DJ's house, for some reason, and finds Bugs in the shower, who parodies the scene from Psycho. That's another problem with this movie. It tries to match the comedy of the original Looney Tunes, but just ends up coming off as awkward because it just feels like they shoved the gags in to remind us we're watching a Looney Tunes movie. Thanks, but I'd rather be watching the original Looney Tunes cartoons. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to go do right now. See ya! Oh, who am I kidding? I don't get paid if I don't suffer. So, Bugs and Kate then head after DJ and Daffy towards Las Vegas, where Yosemite Sam runs a casino. Just go with it. And it turns out, the Looney Tunes villains are actually evil and working for the Acme Corporation. Just go with it. No, wait, I better add that to my address to the viewers later section. Alrighty. So, Daffy and DJ meet up with entertainer Dusty Tails, played by Heather Locklear, who gives them a playing card that can help them find the Blue Monkey. Yosemite Sam, Cottontail Smith, and Nasty Canasta find them, and a comedic Looney Tunes-esque casino fight ensues. It eventually leads outside where Bugs and Kate meet up with Daffy and DJ, then Sam, Cottontail, and Nasty steal Jeff Gordon's car and a car chase ensues. Did I lose anybody yet? Wait a minute. A live-action movie with cartoon characters that has an overcomplicated plotline that makes it feel more like an action movie and features lots of pointless celebrity cameos? What does that remind me of? No! If Robert De Niro shows up in this movie, I'm out of here. So after the car chase, Damien's spy car ends up getting the four stuck in the desert. This leads to them camping out, and not gonna lie, a pretty good scene between Bugs and Daffy where Daffy says that he does his best to be funny, but people still like Bugs more. It's actually quite touching, and is a rare moment where something Looney Tunes related has a heart. Too bad it's quickly ruined by the bonding between our two lead actors.
Well, here's a headline for you. Nobody cares.
Next morning, the four are wandering in the desert, worrying that they're going to starve to death. And then, quite possibly, the biggest you to the audience happens. Yeah. Stranded in the desert, the characters are literally saved by product placement. Because, you know, everybody has their favorite Looney Tunes character. Bugs, Daffy, Porky. In Walmart? What the actual hell?
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
So after the Looney Tunes selling out, Wile E. Coyote is asked by the Acme chairman to blow up our heroes. But he blows himself up instead. Well, what did you think was gonna happen? The dang coyote couldn't even catch a bird for 60 years. So, the four of them eventually end up in Area 52, where they meet Mother, played by Joan Cusack. Hi, Kevin McCarthy! So, this is where they find out the convoluted secret of the Blue Monkey that I filled you in on earlier. Marvin the Martian is also an evil Looney Tune, and he starts an alien jailbreak at Area 52, but they manage to escape and head for Paris to find the next clue to where the Blue Monkey is. Here, they meet up with Elmer Fudd, who's also sent to stop the heroes, which, okay! Did these people at Acme actually watch a Looney Tunes cartoon? The villains in Looney Tunes always lose. They can't be trusted with important deeds. They're just cartoon characters whose main purpose is to be outsmarted by Bugs, Daffy, or whatever character they're paired with. Hell, Acme, you have Goldberg working for you. Goldberg! Why don't you just send him to do the work? I'm sure he'd have better success than Elmer Fudd. So, Elmer chases after Bugs and Daffy through the Louvre, which is probably the best scene in the whole movie as they go through several different paintings and get some pretty funny gags out of them. See? This is what we're talking about. The Looney Tunes just being the Looney Tunes. No Brendan Fraser, no Jenna Elfman, no Steve Martin, no Walmart, nobody! You just put the Looney Tunes in a certain location and watch the sparks fly. It's like all of a sudden the movie remembered what it was supposed to be and spent 3 minutes being just that. Wonderful. So, the next step on their journey brings them to Africa to finally find the Blue Monkey, get help from Granny, Tweety, and Sylvester. But wait, it's actually Steve Martin, Goldberg, and Taz in disguise. Taz them farts. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see or hear that. Bad things might happen to innocent people if I don't. So they're then transported to the Acme headquarters where DJ hands over the Blue Monkey to Steve Martin. DJ and Kate then try to save Damien while Bugs and Daffy try to stop Marvin from putting the Blue Monkey in an Acme satellite. And, get this, Daffy actually manages to save the day. That's right, Daffy is the hero in this movie. Woo, baby! Woo! Hoo, hoo, hoo! Let's hear it from my favorite Looney Tunes character! Yeah! So it turns out it was a movie all along, and it ends in the typical Looney Tunes way. So, that was Looney Tunes back in action. More like Brendan Fraser saved my career. This movie has as much to do with Looney Tunes as tomatoes have to do with vegetables. They're fruits, people! Wake up! This movie doesn't feel like a Looney Tunes movie. It's DJ's conflict, DJ's story, and DJ's resolution. The Looney Tunes are just there. Don't believe me? Look at this picture. Notice the problem? Bugs and Daffy are in the back seat. Bugs and Daffy are passengers compared to Brendan Fraser and Jenna Elfman. The actual hell! Oh, we can't have cartoon characters above people. They're not real! You! No offense to Brenda and Jenna, but when I see a Looney Tunes movie, I came to see the Looney Tunes, not them. Not to mention that some of the jokes in this movie are catered around Brendan Fraser. Like, there's a joke made where DJ says they got fired as Brendan Fraser's stunt devil because he wanted to do his own stunts. Are you sure this movie isn't a satire of Brendan Fraser's acting career? Speaking of the jokes, other than the few that actually let the Looney Tunes be the Looney Tunes, most of them are so awkward that it makes you want to infest your house with crickets just to break the silence. The Acme chairman in one scene turns into Michael Jordan. Why? I don't know.
Third base!
Not to mention, for a movie called Looney Tunes Back in Action, most of the Looney Tunes characters don't even play that big of a part. Most of them are just brush over cameos as if to say, don't worry, this is a Looney Tunes movie, we promise. If that isn't enough, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy even make a cameo. It's bad enough I try to avoid that dog in real life. Put him with all the John Cenas you want, just keep him away from my Looney Tunes. That being said, this movie is an improvement over Space Jam. The animation by Eric Goldberg is great, some of the gags are funny, and the plot feels more suited for the tunes. But it suffers from the phobia Warner Brothers has that the Looney Tunes can't hold a movie by themselves and that they need celebrities to carry them. Just make a Looney Tunes movie! It'll make money! Trust me! Well, this movie didn't. It bombed big time, canceling a lot of planned Looney Tunes related media and leading Warner Brothers wanting to be more experimental with the characters, which led to, oh god, no! Well, we did get the Duck Dodgers TV series out of it, as Warner Brothers felt it was time to put more focus on the other characters rather than Bugs. See, this is what I'm talking about. Bugs Bunny is a great character, but that doesn't mean he's everybody's favorite. There are lots of great Looney Tunes characters that need their chance to shine, as they've been hidden in Bugs' shadow for so long. I'm glad to see Warner Brothers learn their lesson. They took proper direction to make it more about the Looney Tunes and not about Bugs. God dang it! Life just sucks. I'm Benthelooney. Open sarsaparilla, Hassan Chop, don't forget the gravy and whatnot. I'm out of here.